you're going through. But don't be afraid, don't give in to fear. This is all you need to hear. Play hard with the feeling. Play hard, you've got nothing to lose. Play hard with the feeling. Be a boy or a man, it's up to you. Play hard, play hard.
Ah, yes. Hey, everybody. You know, I was just getting so lost in those hot jams that I was playing because they come from actual good fighting games. I could have been playing any of those. Hell, maybe I could have replayed some of those. Maybe I wanted to ease up the pain of what I am going to put myself through by choice. Hello there, Aristotle. Oh, Boosh, you're here. Of course, Boosh is here. He's he's like my familiar. He's like my Stan or something. Nah, familiar is a cooler name. Stan is so overused. Anyway, yes, Boosh. Boosh. I'm gonna be playing a fun. Well, I don't know if it's gonna be fun, but I'm gonna have some fun with it. Anyway, I'm going to be playing Brutal Paws of Fury. Oh boy, what is Brutal Paws of Fury? I'll tell you a little bit about Brutal Paws of Fury. I mean, I usually do, right? I usually tell you what kind of game I am going to be playing. Because, I don't know. Unless I was continuing something, then y'all will probably know what I'm playing when I separate it in parts and whatnot. But anywho, um, I'm getting a little scattered here and there. All right, so it is indeed a good afternoon. You woke up late, about to grab some breakfast, 1:45-ish. That's fine. Last night was a great night because C3 streamed for close to like 8 hours. That was great. That was freaking good, according to the uptime. Actually, I'm curious. Hang on. I want to look that up real quick for accuracy's sake. Because if there's one thing that I like, it's accuracy. Um, one moment. Ah, yes. It was, wow. Yeah, 9 hours. 9 hours and 2 minutes in between breaks, of course. That's cool. Hell of a good, stream time. I remember when he used to stream those long hours too, back in the day. Good times. But anywho, sorry for going a little off topic. All right, so Brutal Paws of Fury. Um, it was developed and published by Game Tech. When I first think of Game Tech, I think of the ports of Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy. So the game features a cast of various anthropomorphic animals as selectable fighters, aka furries. It also features the ability to learn new attacks and save them via passwords. That's a very interesting concept there that would eventually be reused in Red Earth slash Warzard by Capcom, of all things, where you can actually learn, like you level up your character, and then you can save your statistics and your special moves that you learn. You save them via like both your initials and a code. I always found that rather unique. And there's something else I learned recently. This game was originally a Sega CD exclusive. I didn't know that. And then it was later ported to other consoles. So, Brutal Paws of Fury. Yeah, it was made in 1994. And there was an updated version of the game called Brutal Unleashed Above the Claw for the 32X and MS-DOS. in 1995, and it had two new playable characters, new arenas, a remixed intro, and new music. General content and gameplay mechanics remained constant throughout all incarnations. Reviews for the game were mixed, with praise for the graphics, soundtrack, and gameplay innovations, but criticism for the sluggish play and controls. See, Brutal had good ideas. It just didn't control really well. That's the problem with the game. If you have like something good on your hands, you would want to at least, oh, I don't know, learn how to make a game functional, right? Right? No, not these people. Not Game Tech. Oh, and apparently the Super Nintendo version was developed by Eurocom. Ah, Eurocom. I've seen that name before. They worked on such games such as Magician and James Bond Jr. on the NES. Wow, they did Lethal Weapon on NES and Game Boy. Oh boy. Hmm. Oh wow, they also did Jungle Book on NES, SNES, Genesis, Game Boy. I know Virgin Interactive was the publisher, but oh wow. Eh, Family Feud for the DOS, 3DO, and Genesis. Ah, they had their hand in Earthworm Jim for the Game Boy, Game Gear, Master System ports, co-developed with Shiny Entertainment. Oh boy. They did the DOS version for Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. And Spot Goes to Hollywood on Genesis. Okay, yeah, Eurocom. Duke Nukem 64. That's where I saw them. They worked on the home ports for Mortal Kombat 4. I used to own the N64 version, I remember. I should have kept it, but I got bored with it. I remember trading it in for something. I forget what, but it's okay. And it's just Mortal Kombat 4. Eh, all right. So yeah, Eurocom. Oh boy, Eurocom. All right. So what else? What else? So let me tell you the deep lore on the back of the case. Big Game Unleashed. Oh wait, it was published by Cybersoft for the Super Nintendo. Whatever. But I know it was Game Tech. I guess they did that version. They published it, but the developers is still Eurocom for Super Nintendo. I know it was Game Tech everywhere else. Big Game Unleashed. Across the world, invitations were delivered. Brutal Paws of Fury is a brilliantly rendered game of humorous cartoon style combat combined with depth, philosophy, and an attention to detail not found in any other fighting game. Go ahead and unleash the animal. It's time to get brutal. Wow. That makes it sound so cool, right? Right? It has action replay, loads of special moves, a unique learning system, extra moves available to higher belts. Oh boy, cool. That sounds pretty cool, right? Right? Again, uh, hang on. I want to see if there's a manual scan I can find because I would like to know the deep lore about all the characters. I'm a fan of deep lore, you see. I joke about it though. Let's see. Go away, Boosh. All right. So, Brutal is a game of cartoon martial arts. The characters in Brutal each have certain traits that they embody. Like all heroes, these traits are their strengths and weaknesses. Hello, Running Wild Vigia. I'm playing. I know her. I love her. I know where she's from. Oh, God, yes. I love her. Nah, I don't have access to it. I would like to though at some point. I still haven't dabbled with Sega CD yet. It's something that I would like to do though in the foreseeable future. But I did explain that this was originally um a Sega CD exclusive at first until it got ported over to, other stuff. But yes, oh man. Anyway, Brutal's a game of cartoon martial arts. The characters in Brutal each have certain traits that they embody, like all heroes. These traits are their strengths and weaknesses. Background. Every 4 years, the Dalai Lama travels the world in search of the greatest warriors. He judges not only on martial prowess, but how far they truly possess the warrior spirit, inviting them all to his peaceful island, where they compete to see who is worthy to wear the belt of heaven. Ooh. See, that sounds like, again, I know it's just a story and for a fighting game, but they make it sound so good. But man, all right, I'm learning the ways of the warrior. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Sweep, roundhouse kick, special moves, the learning system, instant replay. Oh, cool. So I forgot this game also had instant replay. I remember Tough Enough slash Dead Dance had that too. I thought that was one of the first. It's cool that there were other games back then that had like replay. I know the most. Yeah, that's cool. Let's see. Eight Paths of Wisdom. Each character represents one of the paths of wisdom. Right understanding, right resolve, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, right meditation. Oh my gosh, the art looks so adorable. Kung Fu Bunny. Right understanding. To know fear is courage. Dial. Relaxed paw. He bowed his head in contemplation. Cross legged. He looked for guidance from deep within his soul. It's in the nature of things that all good must come from evil, and all evil must come from good. He remembered what his old teacher told him. A white painting on a white canvas is not a painting at all. Kung Fu Buddy nodded slowly at the wisdom. The invitation had arrived yesterday at his temple refuge, handwritten in the Dalai Lama's own hand. It asked him to come and fight in the competition once again. Kung Fu Bunny was torn. He had taken his vows of non-violence, and yet the monastery was poor and badly needed the funds the competition could provide. He gazed around at the peace of this forest retreat. Gently had two butterflies meandered about, oblivious to any concerns he might have. JT was their nature to fly and feed, not to ponder. The world. He smiled as he struck upon the answer. He would enter the competition and fight. If he won a monastery, would be safe for years, but he knew that was not why he was going. He fought because it was his nature to fight, and reluctantly, he realized he could never be free of his nature. A white painting is still a painting to the painter, he said aloud and smiled. The butterflies ignored him and flew on. Who plays Kung Fu Bunny? Oh wow, it actually tells you like your personality. You are kind and considerate. Nothing gives you greater pleasure than seeing how you have helped another succeed. However, you have difficulty making personal decisions and keeping them. Your desire to help others comes from your desire for someone else to give your life direction. Oh, almost relatable. Tai Cheetah. Right mindfulness to teach someone is to be responsible for them. Style, Tai Chi Chuan. Oh, Jaguar. No, wait, wasn't Jaguar. It was Amiga that got it. Oh, okay. They should have dropped it on 3DO. Yeah, because I see that it was on Sega CD, Genesis, SNES, Amiga, CD32, MS-DOS, and 32X. All right, yeah. Let's see. Tai Cheetah stood motionless on the lonely mountain top. His fur rose slightly as a chilly breeze stroked him. Time to begin. Slowly, he began his training kata, focusing his mind on the battle to come. As he turned back and forth, his hands weaved an intricate pattern in front of him. Slowly, his mind drifted as his body exercised. So the 4 years had passed already. The invitation was tucked inside his belt unopened. The symbol on the front was enough to tell him what it contained. The fist of the eightfold path of enlightenment, the sign of the Dalai Lama. The competition was afoot. He did not need to attend. He had already won life's great contest. He had succeeded at everything in life. He was spiritually rich. He had a happy family, and he was wealthy. Yes, he had won at everything he could. He lost his footing and stumbled in the middle of the kata, except for him. He sighed, as he always did when he thought of his pupil, Kendo Coyote. Oh, I didn't know he trained under him. He had rescued him from a pride of lions and taught him all of his skills, and yet he had failed. While Kendo excelled in all areas of physical endeavor, he never understood the spiritual side. Now Kendo was everything that Tai Cheetah stood against, and yet the two still shared a deep fellowship. Tai Cheetah remembered well the difficulties of teaching Kendo Coyote. They had sat cross-legged in the dojo with a single pillow between them. Jayan's softness is always strength, he had taught. Your paw may break the thickest wood or the strongest brick, but you can never break a pillow. Before Tai Cheetah could blink an eye, Kendo had taken his sword out, delivered a blow, and sheathed it. Before him was a pillow in two pieces. Whoa. Tai Cheetah sighed once more. Although it pained him, he must go to the competition to see how his pupil was faring. He feared the worst. That's messed up. Who plays Tai Cheetah? You are devoted to those who are close to you, yet you are cold and unfeeling to those whom you regard as enemies. Your abilities are second to none, and yet you lack the self motivation to excel. Often you are happy with your lot and see no need to change. Too often you have seen others succeed, only to change into an unpleasant character. Your aims are modest, but your happiness will be grand. Kendo Coyote, right resolve. I'm back. Style, Kenjutsu. They're good. Kendo held up the packet of Kendo Coyote Flakes to the camera and smiled broadly. And cut. The director shouted, Great, Kendo, great, really, you are the big one, baby. Kendo dropped the smile dead, ignored the director, and made his way to the dressing room. Once in there, he snatched up the phone and dialed. Hey, James, yeah, it's me, Kendo. Yeah, just finished. Kendo poured himself a glass of the chilled bottle and laid back on the couch. Look, man, Jay wanted to go into movies. Yeah, sure, but adverts can't buy me that new yacht, you know? He absently pulled his robe on from the side of the couch. It was initialed KC. What do you mean Jade have to fight again? Hey, Jade was number one for, yeah, was. Okay, okay. He gazed around the room's walls, packed with trophies and medals from past tournaments. The public memory was fickle and shallow. Sure, Jay'll do it. You know me. Anything for a buck. Yeah, no problem. Jade got just the thing. Leave it to me, and within a month, Jay'll have another trophy that we could get rich off. Sure, James. Kendo hung up and stared down at his belly. JT flopped over his belt like it was trying to escape. Clearly, he would have to start exercising again. He walked over to the ample food tray near the couch and looked under the caviar plate. Disappointed, he moved a few other choice dishes to see if there was anything beneath them. Then a slow smile of realization came across his face as his eyes fell upon the trash can at the other side of the room. He moved over and emptied the small trash can on the floor. Sifting through the trash, he came upon a small paper dart. Gotcha! He shouted and unfolded the dart to reveal a fist surrounded by an eight-pointed star. He was aging and overweight, but Kendo vowed to himself that he would win this tournament. Let them despair as Jay turned my back on their foolish rituals and beat the best my way. Who plays Kendo? You are a winner. No matter what happens, you know eventually you will succeed. You are undaunted by problems, and any setback merely makes you seek an other solution. Your confidence makes you reckless. You indulge yourself totally and never cheat yourself of any pleasure. I didn't know he was like a TV star. This deep lore. Ray Rat. Right speech, quote, unavailable. Style, Thai boxing. His opponent wiped his bloody nose, and the crowd roared. Ray stood poised, waiting for his opponent's next move. A poorly aimed roundhouse came flying at him. In one move, he deflected the leg and inflicted a double punch to his opponent's groin. He followed up with a lightning blow to the neck and finished him off with a mighty kick to the face. His opponent flew out of the ring and landed in the crowd unconscious and would probably need to be hospitalized. Ray scowled at the cheers of admiration for him and left the arena. His manager approached him as he walked back to the dressing room. Ray, he scowled. Couldn't you just wave to the crowd once or maybe even smile? Ray stopped in his tracks, turned, and stared hard at his manager. Okay. It was just a thought. Look, there's a letter. It came for you today. Ray took the letter and raised an eyebrow as he felt the damp glue give way to open the envelope. His manager caught the look and started to babble. The servants opened it by mistake, so Jay had them reglue it, he stammered. Ray shook his head at the stupidity of the excuse. Invitations to the competition came with a wax seal, not glue. Anyway, you can't go, his manager continued. You've got big money fights all through that month. Sorry. His manager showed him the page of his day timer to back up the veracity of the statement. He smiled a sympathetic smile and shut his day timer to end the debate, such as it was. Ray stared at him. One of them is Silver River himself, the manager argued. Ray looked at the invitation, then at the manager. That fight alone is worth $100,000 to us. You can't just throw that away. The manager was getting desperate. Ray turned and walked away. Okay. Jay'll rebook it. Darn. Jay just can't argue with him. He shook his head and followed Ray towards the dressing room. Hey, Ray, we can make up the cash by you doing that shampoo endorsement we were discussing, he added hopefully. The door to the dressing room slammed shut. Who plays Ray? You despise fools. You want them to be humiliated. You are the one who can stand up to the bullies and shame them. You find it difficult to make friends, as they often make you cringe with their ignorance and inability. You speak very little, as you can normally answer your own questions much better than most other people. Strangely, you have found it difficult to succeed in life, whereas others with less ability succeed. That does sound frustrating. Prince Leon the Lion. Right effort. Have only one judge the world. Style? Tan Ku. The Iron Rage. Leon walked from the jet and waved to the crowd. A cheer rose from the people gathered, and garlands of flowers were thrown in front of his footsteps. JT was good to be home. The limousine raced him to the royal place, where he was greeted by the servants. His father, the king, was still out hunting and would not be back for some days. Your Highness, a servant pushed forward a small envelope towards Leon. He took it with a nod and opened it. After reading the invitation, he neatly folded it back into the envelope and laid it on a small table. Moving to a window, he gazed out at the African plains beyond. You both will be there, won't you? He spoke to himself. Moving to his study, he opened a scrapbook and flicked through it. JT was filled with clippings of his two enemies, Tai Cheetah and Kendo Coyote. Oh wow. So so they're his enemies. Kendo Coyote to appear in new movie. The headline of the New York Informer blared. Tai Cheetah invests in telecommunications. The Wall Street Journal reported. What? Leon pushed the book aside and stared up at the ceiling. Jay will shame you both as you shamed me. Leon vowed to himself. For honor's sake, he would cross the world and fight, but for pride's sake, he would win. Of course. Who plays Leon? You never forget a debt for right or wrong. You stop at nothing to even up the score. Your willpower is indomitable. However, you find it difficult to focus on more than one thing at a time. Hmm. Ah, there she is. Foxy Roxy. Indra Prashment. Right livelihood. To care for others is the greatest joy. Style. Penjat Salat. Reaching down to the injured child, Indra's smile was genuine, even if the surroundings were not. The flashes the camera shot away any feelings of an intimacy between her and the infant. Still, these were the burdens of being the president of the UN's Children Fund. How ironic she thought that not 20 years ago, she too was an abandoned orphan in a UN hospital, just like this one. Her youth had only one passion, the mastery of the martial art of Penjat Salat. Her adulthood also had only one passion, to help others who had gone through the pain she had. Now, where she was, still helping people, determined with every passing day to ease the pain of another in some small way. To the world, she was one of the most successful and popular bureaucrats ever, but she held a secret. Now, another 4 years had passed, and it was time for her secret again. She would attend the competition as long as she was invited. Such was her love for the great man who held it, the Dalai Lama. Could you hold the child up, Miss Prashmit? A reporter brought her back to reality. She smiled a broad smile and secretly thought of the time soon coming when no one would be asking her to smile, only to accept the belt of heaven. Who plays Foxy? You are a capricious, playful soul who loves to see joy and happiness. You are unable to take anything seriously for too long, however, and you have a strong need for diversion. Hmm. Ivan Bear. Right action. You can rest when you're dead. Damn. Style. Soviet military. Oh boy. Um. Hi, cynical flow. Yeah, I'm just checking out the manual. I'm not capturing it, but in case you're interested, I could just post it right here. Some nice scan. And yes, I do have my cat. I'm just reading the deep lore on the characters before I start. Ivan strained against a cramped rail carriage seat. Of course, the Trans-Siberian Railway was not designed for comfort, but for someone of his frame, it was worse than usual. Ivan was not the sort of Russian who would bear such grievances stoically either. He was more the sort of Russian who wanted to share his discomfort with others. To this end, he constantly nudged his neighbors, either waking them or causing them to wish he was a smaller so they could threaten him. After a while, he took to gazing out into the forest whizzing by and wishing he was out there doing something. anything. In fact, the inactivity of the journey was made tolerable only by the thought of the action in the end. Imagine him, Ivan, invited by the greatest living martial artist to compete on his island. Ivan was not even trained in any particular martial art, of course. He had been military hand to hand champion for 3 years running before he had left. Then he had taken up a job at a construction site and thought the competitive part of his life was over until the letter came. JT was snuggled deeply within his pocket, and every now and then he would pat it for reassurance. Ivan smiled and elbowed his neighbor in the ribs. Who plays Ivan? You are a down to earth kind of person who stands for nonsense. Almost any problem can be overcome by a bit of common sense and hard work. You hate to sit still for any length of time, and you're unable to see why some people want to do nothing all the time. Ah, the Dalai Lama, who happens to be like the final boss of the game. He stood arms outstretched on the mountaintop. From here, he could see the ocean on all sides of the island. He breathed deep and allowed his mind to reach out. He saw them all, one by one, making their way here to the island. There was Kendo drinking on a cruise liner, but it would be an unwise opponent who took Kendo for a fool. Prince Leon, still running through Asia. He would get here strong after his journey. Leon seemed driven by something. Would Leon ever be rid of his rage? The llama wondered. Tai Cheetah, deep in meditation, waiting for the airplane to come. Tai, the only one who truly did not care if he won or lost. Foxy whisked away at night in a black car to make her secret journey. Kung Fu Bunny, still training deep in the forest. Ivan the bear, uncomfortable, on the train complaining about food. The Panther, deep in conversation with the monks of Kali Chaka. The Panther worried him, and yet he showed such promise. Oh yes, Panther. That was another character. Um, I forget. I don't know if he's in this version or not, but I'll take a look after. The llama lowered his arms and waited. Soon it would begin. Only through inner strength can come physical strength. Sometimes the fastest blow is the one delivered last. You are given the code to play Dalai Lama once you have completed the game on black belt or above. Or you could be like me and just look it up the internet, or if you had a gaming magazine that told you how to unlock him. Tao of Brutal. I'm gonna read this final passage because this sounds pretty cool. Only through inner strength can come physical strength. Sometimes the fastest blow is the one delivered last. The mirror. When your opponent attacks is when he is weakest. To defeat your opponent, you must understand him. To know your opponent, you must become him. By defeating your opponent, you must defeat yourself. There are no opponents. Whoa. The fire. The warrior knows fear, for he must give it. The warrior knows strength, for he needs it. The warrior knows his body, for it is his weapon. The warrior may take a lifetime to become a master. The warrior may lose a fight, but never honor. The water. The free have knowledge, so fear is impossible. The fear do not have strength, they have laughter. The free knows his body, for it gives him joy. The free may become so the instant he opens his eyes. The free laugh, and so the fight passes them by. The music. The music is all around. Everything becomes greater with the rhythm. Rhythm gives you form. Form brings victory. With form, victory is no longer important. So, in other words, I should be listening to Elena's theme from Third Strike. Beats and beats in my head. Beats and beats. No. Going, continue. The wind. Can you fight the wind? Can you see the wind? Can you hold the wind? Who is the wind? Look, there it is. Yeah, okay. The road. Where do you wish to go? Why are you going there? Who do you wish to be? What do you wish to have? Wait, did you get there faster? I don't know. The master. The master does not speak of it. The novice speaks as a master. The master knows joy and form. The master smiles at the world. For him, the world smiles back. That sounds like something I would have read out of a fortune cookie. Oh, wow, there's a whole glossary of martial arts terms. That's pretty cool. Hata, a set sequence of moves. The student is made to repeat these moves so often that it becomes instinct. In a fight situation, when a combat is confused, he often remembers his kata. Chi, translated as breath. Chi is inner energy. Ki, similar in many ways to chi. This is the Japanese term for that inner energy or spirit. Dojo, martial arts school or training area. Obi, a belt or sash worn to show the level of martial arts advancement. Dan, translated as step. This is a grade system for those who have achieved black belt or above. Dan, I think it's pronounced Dan. They actually tell you like how to pronounce it. Gi, loose jacket and trousers used in the practice of many martial arts. Guru, wise man or teacher. Ka, a student of a martial art. Thus, judoka is a student of judo. Tao, the way of a particular art. All right, that was a fun little read. I liked it. I really liked it. All right, we're gonna finally play the video game now. Also, a little off topic. I wish Beast Fury would have gotten funded. That looked like it was gonna be so fun. But of course, it was a Kickstarter, and well, you know how certain Kickstarters go. Not everything gets funded. Stuff gets funded, and then stuff gets funded, but never gets released. Kickstarters seem cool, but I want to give a dime for something that's not guaranteed. But hey, power to you if y'all got cash to do that stuff. I'm not gonna tell you what to do with your money. Was that my origin story? No, it was not. It could have been. But anywho, hello there. It's confused Raptor Sword. Um, I'm gonna start the video game now. You're just in time. I went through like most of the deep lore of of this game that I'm about to be playing. Here goes. Oh boy, oh boy. I sure picked a good one. Oh, wait. Let me make sure I capture it. Yay, it's captured. And now, and now, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Here we go. Cybersoft, a game developed by Eurocom. Brutal, Paws of Fury. Do you have Paws of Fury, Boosh? Guess not. Oh man. Right, we're good. No frills head to head options. white belt, red belt, yellow belt, orange belt, green belt, blue belt, brown belt, black belt. First dan, second dan, third dan, fourth dan, fifth dan, sixth dan. All right, you know what? We're just gonna leave that alone. And hello there, King K. Rule. It is nice to see you. Let me give you a shout out real quick. And let me make sure I get your name on the list. For I like to thank everybody that comes on by at the end of my stream. All right, number of players or no players. That's funny. Game speed. Yeah, I'll keep it on turbo. Game timer is off. Let's put it to on because that's really weird. I mean, normally I have no problem playing with a timer for a fighting game because, you know, then again, I'm actually, just between you and me, everybody, I kind of like to fight to the bitter end. But I find that rather odd that it was off by default. Thank you very much for the Happy New Year, and a Happy New Year to you too, old pal. Let's see. I am? Let me adjust that right now. I could just adjust the volume mixer to the game. Volume mixer? SNES. I'll just put it to like 70 or something. Alright, we're good, I think. Testing, testing. Am I audible? Thanks for looking out for me. Alright. Much better. Alright. Yeah, because, like, I usually, and by usually, I had it, like, on 100%, like, on the volume mixer. But I know there has been many instances where I know the game has overpowered me. And I have no problem at all adjusting stuff. And again, thanks for letting me know. That's good, man. Okay. I think we're good. And I know who I'm going to be using. Start new character. Enter your name. Oh boy, I get to enter my name. Can I put like more? Oh, I can. Me, Gog Zero. Oh, I can put a cute little yin yang if I want. Use a character. Ah. Oh, that's all the text that I was reading on the bottom. Oh, wow. Picks that clock in at 120 miles per hour? Jeez. Oh, wow. They sell a little bit more in the in-game. Of course, certain, like, most manuals, they, most manuals, there's some manuals that, like, they aren't really, like, true to the actual source. Oh, wow. Like, half of it was right, though. Or maybe they just didn't fit all of it in the game. I like the little animations. Hi, Cheetah. I'm just checking out the text at the top. Kendo Coyote. They, I don't know. They made Kendo Coyote turn out to be like a furry version of Johnny Cage, but not really. All right. There's Ray Rat. He has no quotes. All he does is fight. Most successful Thai kickboxer in the world? So you're saying is he beat Sagat, who's the emperor of Muay Thai? Damn. Where was he in Street Fighter? Oh. Kendo Coyote. Damn, he's built. Oh, and a little furry joke. Coyotes are just wolves that are on meth. But that's not true. That's a mean thing to say. That was something somebody said. Oh no! I would have almost considered him, but I've already made my decision. I like her. I like her a lot. I like their little katas. Yes, King K. Rool. Yes, confused raptor sword. Oh! I thought his default color was blue overalls. Yes. Damn. I like their katas. It's so cute. Alright. Let's go. We're doing this. Foxy Roxy. Dog Zero. White belt. Press start. Oh boy. Oh, look at that. It keeps track of your, like, wins and losses and draw. You are now a white belt. Your current password is... Wow. I'm not gonna type all of that. I'm just gonna do this in one sitting. And hello there, Bimmy V. Bimmy V. Yes. Alright. Yes, Paws of Furry. Might as well be. That's what it should have been. Oh well. Alright. Scene 1. The landing. Oh boy. Oh my god. It's so bad. Oh, she's so happy. Look at that. Let's watch it. Let's watch my previous match. Okay, that's when I first got knocked down. And I started fighting back. Yeah. Use the kick. Yes. She's got the long legs. That's weird. Okay. Oh, that punch! Oh no. Babe exile? Whoa. Look at these statistics! It keeps tracks of like all the punches and kicks and throws and blocks, other accuracy, blows to the head, the body, the leg. Not sure what mighty means, or average and weak. That's pretty cool. Like I said, this game had a good concept and idea. It's just the controls. Master. Humiliated. Did I just say subjugated? That's a strong word. Superior. Inferior. Oh snap. Soundwave. Foxy, Roxy, superior. Tai Cheetah, inferior. You heard it there. Better. Failure. Jeez. They make the other person who lost make you feel really bad. Obviously, winner, loser. Vanquished. Damn. That's mean. Triumph. Defeated. No achasm. I did not call. Conqueror. Subjugated. God, that's a strong word. Achasm. I just took down Tai Cheetah. The only feline in the game, it seems. Alright. Next opponent. Oh, gotta face Ray Rat. Must have been a different piece. Achasm, please. Stop. I will have none of that here. Best track in the game. I like this track. Holy crap! I got it perfect. 7 gold letters. Let's see that again. Damn. You're right. Missed opportunity, Achasm. 0 out of 10. Throwing this in the trash. Perfect. I know. There we go, I got a block in. Holy crap. That was perfect. Are you serious? I know I'm playing, like, I guess on the basic difficulty, but eh. Yep. Damn. Look how many hits to the head I went. I must have given him a concussion by now. 25. Look how accurate I was. That's pretty neat on how, you know, the scoring. Watch. Watch what? Oh my. That's her taunt, everybody. Oh. I learned how to taunt. I wonder if that does anything. Oh, damn. Maybe I should have upped that ante. I should have probably, I don't know. I'm only just playing on default settings. I want to try and throw. What do I throw? Okay. There's Dave Exile again. Oh, I forgot. There's another feline. Okay, so we have a cheetah and a lion. Oh, this music again. Oh, it didn't hurt. That's right, you can throw him off, I think. I know you can throw him off at the side. Hang on. Oh my god, he tried to fight me. I know you can. I know you can. I think I remember doing the Genesis version. Oh well. Now what? Oh, I had to press and hold it. Brutal. Okay, so now I learned how to do the cartwheel kick thing. Whiplash kick. Looks like my next opponent is Kendo Coyote. He just sounded really obnoxious. Oh. What the? What is this? He's zooming. Oh my god. He knows the Kano Cannonball. Hey! Oh no. I might be in trouble. I finally lost. Wow. Oh, Deus. Welcome to Brutal Paws of Fury. A game that had such a good concept, which was sadly ruined by really bad controls. Oh no. Yeah. I finally lost. Yes, I got pawed brutally by a furry. Hell yeah. Oh no, 3 continues. Some of them animations are okay. It's just not whatever. I couldn't block that? Wow. Blocking. How does it work? Finally, let's go round. No? Oh, I found out how to block. It's down back. Now let's try to like hold back, you know? Don't you tell me, boy? Kick you in the face again. Yeah, that's what I thought. Double the Foxy, double the fun. The dojo. Oh, hello. She looks a little drab there. Those colors. Holy crap. Oh yeah. Is she shaking? Vibrating there? Oh well. "14 blows to the head. Using powerful kicks. Oh, my next special move that I'm probably never gonna use. Oh. Okay. Maybe that will help me. Or not. Oh! Kung Fu Bunny! Wow. Bugs Bunny's looking a little different now. The spinning attack. On the battlements. Oh no. I found the strat. Take that, Dave Exile. Oh! He stopped it. That reach, though. Too dark, that level. Oh well. "31 kicks to the head." Well, 31 blows. I pulled off 60 kicks. Half of them missed. Hence my accuracy. Oh, Tai Cheetah. Okay. We're back to fighting Tai again. Oh wow. This reminds me of Akuma's cave from Street Fighter Alpha 2. Oh no, he's shaking and vibrating again. What is this? Oh. Oh. Yes, give him the old jump kick. Oh man. Oh, my next special move. What? Cool. The Sega CD version was made in 94 along with the Genesis and Super Nintendo versions. Yep, this was 1994. It was originally on the Sega CD and then it got ported to Genesis and Super Nintendo in 94, the Amiga in 95, the CD32 in 95. There was even an MS-DOS version in 95, and there was a 32X version in 95. The other versions have a lot more content, but I imagine they don't play that well either. Oh snap, the final boss! It's the Dalai Lama himself! If I beat him, I get the belt of heaven. Aboard the boat. Holy crap. He just beat me up. Holy crap. Okay. That was most unfortunate. Looks like we're gonna have to continue again. Vanquished. 2 continues. Alright. So I got 8 wins, 2 losses. I am now first Dan. Let's try this again. Alright. Oh no, the Dalai Lama vibrating. And I came back with a vengeance. Perfect. I guess that's G to the G. Nice. In a marathon fight, God Zero humiliated Dave Exile using powerful kicks. Damn. Oh, then we get her ending. Idra thought of the aid that the money could buy. All over the globe, she would see to it that the money she had earned from this competition would go to those who needed it most. And yet, it was much more than aid. She would encourage real trade between the poor and the rich, respect for cultures, and no matter how different. It was only then that she realized that her greatest battle was yet to be fought. But that was for tomorrow. Today, she was the champion of heaven. Wow. Hey, brutal. And here's the people who are responsible for this game. Hey, look. Dave Exile. That was the programmer. Hey, Yeah, I beat the programmer. Sure, I had to use two continues, but whatever. Yes, these are the people responsible for this game. So, like, in all seriousness, though, and I can be serious at times. Yes, I did. Anyway, so like, whatchamacallit? Hmm, where'd you go? Eh, whatever, good enough. So this game, alright, look, the character designs, they're really nice. Oh wow, I can still keep going if I want to. I guess I can fight one more time. Time to get cereal. You get that cereal. Kendo Coyote was eating cereal in the deep lore. He was doing a commercial for it. So this game, I like the concept of them, you know, like you learn moves and you can keep them like your moves with the password so that you can like face off with your friends and family and then like, you know, like you're playing this game, you're playing with your character. I kind of like the concept of like learning special moves, but at the same time it's like I see what they were trying to go for on paper, but like they should have just did like another mode where it's like well, I guess they do have another mode. It's called no head-to-head, no frills. I think it said at the beginning. Like, you have all your special moves from the get-go. And like I mentioned before, they would actually use this concept again for Capcom. Capcom, they did something called Red Earth Warzard, where you can enter your initials, you can level up your character, and you get to learn moves, and then, you know, you get to save what you've learned in your initials and a number code. Of course, you could just look it up, maxed out character, or if you're playing like the Capcom Fighting Collection, you could just forego the password stuff and just turn on the little thing where you have all of your moves at your disposal. That game is more of a fun boss rush mode. I mean, it's more like a fun boss rush than a one-on-one mode. Because like, there's only 4 characters you can play as in that game. Again, good on paper, but I guess not good on execution. Wow, I get to do it all over again. I guess if I want to keep on doing this to learn moves. Alright, we're gonna do one more, and then I think I'm just gonna go and relax. This is all I kind of wanted to do today. However, I'll have something much better planned for the entire week. Whatever that may entail. Alright. One last. And even though I learned the special moves, I kind of don't need them. Just spam like 1 or 2 moves, and you're good. Alright. What's this? Oh. Interesting. That looks like a similar move that I've learned before. I probably wouldn't use it though. And it's so awkward to use anyway. Half the moves, they just don't work that well. Like this game's controls, Kuntao Kata. Okay. Alright. That's all I wanted to do today, everybody. It was a short stream. Nothing wrong with that, I guess. I didn't expect to beat this game so quickly. Eh, I don't know. It's like I said, this game was again, this game has some good ideas. Unfortunately, it just wasn't really executed that well. I'm not, and again, I'm not sure how good the other versions might be. Well, maybe I forget. I did play the Genesis version, not like off stream years ago, and it's about the same thing as the Super Nintendo version. I know the Sega CD version has like animated cutscenes, which is cool, but again, if it's all just if it's all just flash and no substance, it doesn't make for a good game, you know? Like again, like I'm being like real here. I always try to be real. Like I like the concept of this game. I really do. And it's just a shame that it doesn't control that well. If it had a lot more like time and love and care, you know, instead of just, well, I don't know. I've said my piece. Like, I like the character designs. I like the lore that is established with all the characters, like in the manual and in the game with the text. But another thing, what I want to say is like, I feel we live in an age now where I know this is purely subjective. We can, they anybody out there that is making video games, they could probably take an old concept like this game. Honestly, what I want to say is, in short, I would like a remake of this game and with better controls and maybe like a better balancing. You know, I mean, well, that's a hard thing to do in a fighting game. You know, balance. But look, all I ask for is a good functional game with good controls. I know it's a big ask, and we almost had something. We almost had that again, that one Kickstarter game I mentioned. That was almost going to be a thing, Beast's Fury, but sadly that didn't get funded. And I know, yeah, I brought up Kickstarter. Not everything gets kickstarted. Um, but you know, it's whatever though. I just wanted to have a little bit of quote unquote fun. I just wanted to, you know, have a little laugh. And I just wanted to play it for Foxy Roxy. Look, I like her, okay? She's great. And if anybody's watching this, yeah, I know. I would be better off doing doing a commission. Hey, all you artists out there, please, more artwork of these characters. Y'all are sleeping on these great designs from 1994. I know there's some nice art out there of certain characters, including Foxy Roxy. Yep, I saw a lot of good work of her. Yeah, she is great confused Raptorsaur. And I like her. I like how happy she looked whenever she won a match and that kata. Man, that kata. Pretty flexible. Anyway, I'm so bad. I'm so bad. Um, so everybody, this week I do have something neat planned. Hang on. I gotta look for Oh, there you are. Never mind. So, everybody, I have something planned this week. Um, some of it might be neat, I think, because, I make choices. We all make choices, everybody. Whether they're good choices, bad choices, questionable choices, you know. So here's what I'm gonna do for the rest of the week. I might do something different on Saturday, but I'll clue you in. You know, Achasm, I actually can do that. I do have that if you remember that one thing I played last year. Well, it was a couple of things. I can play that nifty X-Men remake arcade game where I can play as Magneto. Magneto. I see what you did there. I could. I could do Magneto versus Magneto. But no, I am gonna do something Marvel related. Achasm. The idea was planted in my head from this plushie. Hello there, Spider-Man. So this week, everybody, take care, man. Until the next time. Yeah, man, spring. So, everybody, Achasm, I did that last year. I don't want to go back to that game again. Unless I were to play, say, the Genesis version or the Game Boy version, which I've never played in my life. I don't know if I want to. But I think there's a Game Gear version. I could be wrong. Hang on. Arcade's Revenge. Hang on. I'm gonna look it up real quick. But yeah, I did that Achasm. Let me check my record. Control F Revenge. I completed Spider-Man X-Men Arcade's Revenge, the Super Nintendo version, back in May 10th of 2025. But I want to do more. I'm sure they do, except well, for the Genesis case, they might sound a bit crunchy, if you know what I mean. Yeah, it seems the Fallen Bros did the OST for the other versions. So there is a Genesis version. Okay, there is a Game Gear version and a Game Boy version. I was sort of semi curious about the Game Boy version because it looks similar in structure, but it looks different enough to be a little different. I just don't know. But I'm not gonna do that version anytime soon. Maybe. Yes, 2025 was 8 years ago, Achasm. But anywho, so for the remainder of the week, I'm gonna be doing some Spider-Man games. Some of them might be good. Some of them I've never played before. I'm thinking about going back to one particular Spider-Man game that I've never beaten before, and I've always wanted to beat that particular Spider-Man game. What do you think? I'll tell you. I was thinking of toying with the idea of probably trying to attempt to beat Spider-Man versus the Kingpin on Genesis. I know there's a Sega CD version. I know it's totally different, but I remember growing up with the Genesis version. And I was able to get to the bomb. Sadly, I could never, for the life of me, I know how to do it now, but I can never disable the bomb. The many attempts I tried to disable the bomb, I end up blowing up New York. Not by choice. It's just the keys. Trying to put the keys in, with the color keys. But yeah. So yeah, I'm thinking of doing a few Spider-Man games of questionable. quality for the next few days. And I'll probably end up playing a really good one. Because there's these others that I had my eye on, and I was like, I should probably jump in on one of them, like the one because I was thinking of the one on Game Boy Color that's just called Spider-Man, the one that's based off of the PS1 and 64 version Dreamcast, except it's the same title, somewhat of the same story, but of course it'll be in 2D. Looked kind of cute. But yeah, join me tomorrow as I play some Spider-Man games, starting Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then I might do some, like I said, I think I'll do something a little, well, on Saturday, it won't be something of Spider-Man, but, because, I was just thinking, because I know my watch group pal Catman might be working again on Saturday. I was thinking of checking out the sequel to Saturday Night Slam Masters against my own judgment. But we'll see. We'll see what because next week, everybody, I want to start something. I want to start a longish game. I'm going to be doing an RPG. An RPG I'll be revisiting. I'll let you all know when that happens on Saturday. I mean, I could just tell you now, but I think I would rather. Yes, Sunday morning Slam Masters. That would be for some people in certain time zones. But yeah, I'm just gonna get on out of here now. Sorry if this was again a little bit short of a stream. Not that, and not to mention, uh, yeah, the game I played sure was a choice, but I wanted to make this choice. I made this choice, and it's whatever. It's whatever. It's all whatever, man. But anywho, yeah, I'm just gonna chill out today. I'm gonna find a raid target. Sorry if I don't know what I'm apologizing for. I'm just like prattling on now, letting you all know what my plans are for the week. I mean, that's cool. But yeah, let's see. I want to see whom's we can go on out to. I know who we can probably go on out to. I saw them go live just now, and I think they would probably actually, I don't know. They're thankful for it. All right, everybody. I'm gonna send you all off to Aiden Fox. He apparently came back from vacation. Okay. He's doing some chatting stuff. And I guess, yeah, that's fine. I like Aiden. Aiden is a good entertainer. Good VTuber. Oh, hi, Chuck. I just got done completing Brutal Paws of Fury. You didn't miss much. I completed with Foxy Roxy. And I'm going to be doing a week of Spider-Man this week. Just a week of Spider-Man games. That's right. Gonna play some Spider-Man games. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Spider-Man games of my choosing. Yep. All right. Well, everybody, I'm gonna head on out now. Before I head on out, I'm gonna give one more shout out to Chuckman. I'll see you later on Discord, Chuck. It's like a week of Garfield, but with Spider-Man. Yeah. Yes, a chasm. A week of Garfield. But anywho, I'm gonna get the raid ready now. We're gonna go on out to Aiden, and before I head on out, I would like to thank the following. I got a lot people to thank today. Um, I would like to thank Aristotle, Running Wild Vidya, Cynical Flow, Confused Raptor Sword, King K. Rule, Bimmy Lee, Achasm, Famous Adventurer, Deus, and Chuckman. And to anybody out there that was lurking, thank you very much for lurking in my channel. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed my little silly playthrough of, Brutal Paws of Fury. Again, I like the concept, but it's not a good game. I played the Genesis version, and I just streamed the Super Nintendo version just because. Um, I doubt any of the other versions are any good. I think I want to believe that I'm right, but whatevs. All right, everybody, join me for a week of Spider-Man until Saturday, where I'll do the sequel to Slam Masters 2. Okay. Um, I need a hot jam to go on out to. Eh, sure. I'll use this one. Thank you all for watching. And remember to go in peace and I don't know, furries in. Brutal. Paws of Fury. All hail Foxy Roxy. She's great. I love her. I do love her. Main Signal, hi. Yeah, I'm not much of a bovine kind of guy. Cows are okay. But yeah. Ah, chasm. Ah, yes, Fate Signal. We all have our preferences. I try to be equal though.